Hey Inguz Nation, happy Saturday. Workout today is called the Wedding March. It's going to be a longer chipper, starting with 50 burpees, then a 1 mile run, 75 alternating dumbbell power snatch, 1 mile run, and a 100-meter walking lunge. Now, we're expecting this workout today to be somewhere between that 25 and 35-minute range, which means a nice steady grind. Modifications for today. If we're not running, we can substitute a 2,000-meter row or a 175-calorie bike. If we don't have a dumbbell for those power snatches, we can do a plate ground to overhead or an odd object ground to overhead. And for those walking lunges, if we're not 100 meters, we can always do 100 reverse lunges in place. We're gonna go through today's warm-up for the workout Wedding March. So we're gonna start with a nice, easy 400-meter jog just to get our heart rate up. And from there, we're gonna do one round of the following. Starting with 30 seconds of active Spider-Man. We're gonna alternate stepping that leg up, touching that elbow to the instep, and then reaching up to the sky. From there, we're gonna go into 20 mountain climbers. So again, alternating legs, driving those knees up to those elbows. From there, we'll take a knee and do 30 seconds of active Samson. Here we want to push those hips forward, getting a good stretch through those hip flexors. Next, we'll step up to our dumbbell. We're going to do 10 alternating single dumbbell deadlifts. Now here we want that dumbbell to come down between the feet with both heads touching the ground as to mimic the power snatch in today's workout. From there, we're going to go on to 30 seconds of Inchworm To Push Up. So getting a good stretch by keeping those legs straight. A push-up down at the bottom to warm up the shoulders, and then again walking those hands into those feet, getting a good stretch to those hamstrings. Finally, we're gonna finish with 10 reverse lunges. So here, feet start together, step one leg back knee gently hits the ground, making sure to keep that chest nice and tall, hands free, bracing with that core. Today's workout Wedding March begins with 50 burpees. Now in all of these movements today, we really want to focus on our finish. So our burpee is going to start with chest and thighs to the ground. But as we come out of that burpee, we want to make sure we're opening up those hips, hands clap behind the head, and we're getting a little air under those feet. Let's avoid keeping that chest nice and low and not fully opening up those hips on these burpees. In the middle of today's chipper, we've got 75 alternating dumbbell power snatch. Andrew's going to focus on his finish by making sure that that bicep is tight to the ear and that he stands that dumbbell all the way up with the legs before it starts to come down. Now, ideally, we want this to take somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. So if we're working with a lighter dumbbell today, we might modify this up to 100 instead of 75 power snatch. Either way, we want to make sure that we're trying to hang on and working in relatively big sets. If we don't have a dumbbell, we can do a ground to overhead either with an odd object, again, locking out at the top with the legs and the arms before coming down, or we can simply do a plate to ground overhead. Might choose, again, 25 pounds for the ladies and 45 pounds for the men. Again, want to be able to hang on for decent size sets. Today's chipper ends with a 100-meter walking lunge. Here we want to make sure that we are standing up fully between each step and allowing that back knee to touch the ground. If we don't know where 100 meters is, we can do these as in-place reverse lunges, 50 on each leg. Again, making sure to stand up completely, squeezing those glutes at the top to make sure we hit full extension.